There we go. We're back. I'm alive.
Huzzah! Um, I'm one of the weirdos who actually does like to play human.
Yeah, because I like to. I essentially do. I essentially like to play human because I like to immerse myself into the game that I'm playing, and to do that, first off, if it has multiple like races and character types, then yeah, my first one will always be a human to play through the story, as if I was going through it. But my other playthroughs are usually always other races.
Yeah. For
For the
me,
difference.
integration is a big part of it. Like, I like to feel as immersed into the game as possible. So
Yeah.
I pick a human because that is easier for me to like attach myself to. But another part of that is the fact that I like the idea of humans usually being considered like the underdogs compared to everybody else, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody, it's like, oh, you picked a human, what's wrong with you? I like the idea of a human who is the underdog being on the same level and sometimes even excelling above everybody else. I like that idea. Works for the whole underdog gimmick when nobody likes humans and then you pick a human. So
Yeah.
that's a good bit of it for me. That's
Essentially
why
like that.
that's why I picked a human when I played Dragon Ball Z 2 or Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I picked a human, and everyone thinks I'm an idiot for it. But I do good. Sparta, you're starting to sound a good bit like Rimuru Tempest.
I don't know the context for that joke.
I got reincarnated as a slime.
Ah.
Good show. Really good show. Oh yeah, and like Dungeons and Dragons, humans got like ridiculous levels of broken if you play them right. Just as a
Yeah.
standard, they get, as a racial bonus, they get 1 point in every single stat category extra.
Probably mostly just because they're human.
Humans are versatile.
Probably a dash point there. Yeah, not that. Dash, asshole.
After a human playthrough, I'll swap to something else. But for
Oh,
the
yeah.
most part, I like to be human, and people think I'm crazy or boring for it.
Oh my god, I get so close. What the fuck?
Jump up on the wall when you make it to the other side. Only if you make them that way.
Yeah, that's why I always like to, whenever I play like an MMO type game, or mostly like games that where your character doesn't talk. I give my human character the goofy emotes just to stand out, I guess.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say that choosing anything other than a human is what's actually boring or anything like that. That's very stupid. But I feel like if you make a character and you don't need to depend on it being some other thing in order for it to be an interesting character. What was it? If you can make the character interesting, then them being a human becomes a non-issue, essentially.
Yeah. Just make a good human character. That's all you gotta do. Use... Huh?
Oh, you don't have those skills yet. Turn around. You're not supposed to go this way just yet.
Yeah, I don't have bash yet, I don't think. Or do I?
I don't think you have bash.
I do. It's the charge jump thing.
Okay, yeah, you can use that. But you don't have the other one yet, so you gotta go back and get that.
On light bursts.
Yeah, you don't have light burst.
Okay. Well, since my save is back there... Just have it kill me.
Go ahead and spend some talent points while you got them, right?
Oh yeah, I have 2.
Yeah, I can get behind going full weird on a character. And them being non-human. I can totally go for that.
Oh yeah.
Like,
my latest playthrough in Skyrim, I played as an Argonian.
2/3 of my character sheets for D&D are non-humans that are just completely strange.
Okay. Yeah, like his permanently drunk dwarf.
Me, Dalebeard.
What the fuck? Suicide rollers.
Yeah.
You made Conan for your strength build? Oh no, he brought it up. That makes you part dragon on top of your race, so you're a dragon minotaur that punches with frost claws.
Oh, I get to tell this story now. This is gonna be fun.
Oh no.
While I was
I don't
on
think I
vacation,
remember this.
No, this is a completely new one.
Oh, okay.
While I was on vacation, I had an itch to make a character. I brought all my D&D stuff, so I totally could. But I was having a hard time figuring out what I was going to make. So I said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to roll the stats, and then I'm going to figure out how this goes from there. My highest roll was an 8.
Oh boy.
This guy was completely pathetic. So I said, okay, what can I do to fix this guy? What can I do to make him something that isn't useless? So, I took a look through the book, and I figured out what his race was going to be. He was going to be a half-elf. Because half-elves get ridiculous advantages when it comes to their skills. And as for
Mini owl babies.
the class that I chose, I have made him into a sorcerer. Many people do not like sorcerers.
Yeah, many people don't like sorcerers.
Mainly because a lot of the time they pick wild magic as their sorceress beginning, origin.
Is there a reason why?
Because wild magic is unpredictable and unstable. It can do crazy stuff like a level 1 sorcerer could, if he has the spell for it, cast a max level fireball. Just because. Or he could polymorph the entire party into frogs. And he has no control over that. But I did not make him wild magic. I made him draconic bloodline. Specifically the blue one. Why'd I do that? Because this guy's useless.
Light and dark, an innocence born.
I'll let this continue for a bit. I'll
Though
continue.
she was lightless. Jabba the Hutt is telling me a story.
Yeah.
Friendship still formed. But the bond that was made turned out to be a whole bunch of bullshit. Got it.
So, as I was saying,
One of Naru's parents was a speciesist.
so
That's
any-
my takeaway from that.
yeah. So, anyways, what I was saying earlier, I made him have draconic bloodline, blue dragon specifically because lightning.
Soul could cast our light, even in the dark she would see. She lived deep in this grove, now she rests here in peace.
Yep.
Light burst, holy shit.
So yeah, welcome to your first and only ranged attack.
Ah.
So what I set up for this character was the fact that he was pretty much useless. All my stats ended up being like a 10 for charisma, a 2 for intelligence, 8 for constitution, 3 for wisdom, 6 for dexterity, and a 3 for strength. He is terrible. So how can I make this character at least fun for as long as he survives? I have this guy set up where he is very proud of the fact that he has draconic heritage, even though it's very distant draconic heritage. So he's, it's like his great grand something got blessed by a dragon. He's pathetic. But he's so proud of the fact that he has draconic heritage and the fact that he is a sorcerer. He doesn't take into account just how low level and terrible he is at things. So he thinks he's all that, a bag of chips, and a large drink. He's genuinely awful. And he is haughty as hell. He thinks he's the best thing to walk on two legs. Most of his magic is based around like lightning. Everything
nailed it. He's that guy.
Yeah. Everything else that isn't lightning is party tricks. So, I have created a character who is completely useless, but is going to be limitlessly entertaining when he finally dies.
When he finally dies.
I do not expect this guy to live. So here's what I named him. He calls himself Elwyn the Excellent. But his actual name is Elwyn Duché. Spelled almost exactly like you think. There's just an apostrophe before the E. And I'm proud of the fact that I managed to turn that dumpster fire into something.
I do it.
Yay!
All foreign abilities, though.
Well, at least you didn't do it for the nookie. So you could take that cookie, shove it up your A. Shove it up your A.
No, I tried to stay relevant. But you didn't.
I have no idea who that is, but I mean, I guess.
It's the lead singer for Limp Bizkit.
No, not that. I'm talking about Sparta.
He's the guy in Mass Effect that thinks he's a biotic god. A biotic wind. Give me that fire ability. Jump. Fuck. Forgot about that.
They have me playing Mass Effect because I'm super bad at it. And, at the very least, we have fun making fun of the character I built for it.
Ugly as sin and a vehement asshole.
Down to procreate with absolutely anybody that'll actually spawn something. Because he has to pass down his genetic superiority. We call him Slutface Shepherd. You want to throw it straight up and then bash off of it.
Straight up. Ah. Useful. Yeah.
Hey Alex, if you still have pictures of Slutface, send it to either me or Damage so that way we can post it on his Discord, so that way Sloth can see him.
I think Alex is in my Discord, so I think he can do it himself.
Yeah, cool. Even better. Cut out the middleman.
But yeah, we can just stream it directly from the Xbox. We ain't gotta worry about it. And yes, Sloth, I am also very, 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 very fucking excited for Cyberpunk. So much to the point where sometimes even like just looking through the store, I'm like, is there like really any Cyberpunk games? No, there's not. Fuck. I need something cyberpunky to fill this hole that I didn't know that I had. But now I can't because there's not really any Cyberpunk games.
When you get a chance, take a look at the size of your flames now that you're shooting them.
Oh yeah, they're huge.
Yeah. That's not the biggest they get.
What I should really say is that there's no cyberpunk style games that I would play. They're all like top-down shooters and shit, and I'm just like,
I hope you enjoy Slutface Shepherd Sloths. I really hope you do.
Yep. There it is for all of its majesty.
It's the worst thing. It's so terrible.
Watch Sloth come back and say, not the worst I've seen. Yeah, there was a game called Technomancer, but that wasn't really cyberpunk. That was apocalyptic future.
That
An
got my
apocalyptic
hopes up.
future game. Apocalyptic future games have unfortunately been done to death.
I know there's a
Which is
Mad
probably
Max
one of the-
game.
Which is probably one of the reasons why Technomancer didn't do so good. Yeah, it was. That's how it was. I've played a little bit of it to, you know, try it, just to give it a shot, and... Ah, okay. Shot! I mean, it had good stuff going for it, because it was like... It had good stuff going for it, and I'm pretty sure if I actually, like, started playing it, I would probably continue. Because I still do like, you know, post-apocalyptic future games, and it was third-person, and it was combat-focused. So it sounds like it's right up my alley. It's just so forgettable that you're just like, oh, I'm playing Technomancer, and then you go away for 5 minutes, and you're like, what was I playing 5 minutes ago? And then you go to something else because you remembered that before you remembered Technomancer.
You might want to go ahead and save and get your scores backed up and all that.
Yeah. And get this energy efficiency. Or should I get something else? Like Ultra Stomp or Soul Link? Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons. That's why one of the reasons. Even though Cyberpunk has been delayed so many times by now, I'm just like, you know what? It's CD Projekt Red. They know what they're doing. I don't care.
I'm just getting Kingdom Hearts 3 flashbacks.
I mean, they're not gonna. I don't think CD Projekt Red would delay the game for, you know, decades. But hell, even I wasn't paying attention to it at the time. But apparently, even whenever they were making The Witcher 3, before it launched, they did like delays of that magnitude to be like, is that good? Should we ship it that way? And then they would play it, and they would like, yeah, it's fine. But then they'd find like one thing that was like, that's a bit wonky. Let's delay it another month and fix it. And then we all see, and then, well, we can't see it now because the videos have gone off of Twitch by now. But at least Dingus saw how The Witcher 3 ended up being.
Oh, yes. For a while, we
What
were
was the,
under the world, swimming and drowning.
I
We
mean,
had to
granted.
scream, but we had no mouth. We saw a ghost take a drink. What else was there?
Took a trip to the Netherverse. Watched a man ice skate where there was no ice.
We bullied a monk out of his vow of silence.
So yeah, since it's CD Projekt Red at the helm, I'm not worried. Oh, it's 6 days from your birthday, you lucky bastard.
Oh, well, happy birthday.
I mean, no, he was talking about the release of Cyberpunk.
Oh.
It's 6 days from his birthday now that they've delayed it. Perfect. Huzzah! But yeah, I don't know if you've probably not, but if you haven't watched any of the trailers or anything leading up to it, Dingus.
All I know is that Keanu Reeves is like out to cause some shit with
Yeah, he'll play a major role. But essentially, what I'm not gonna, not even with having to spoil any of it or anything, just the way that you know that CD Projekt Red is taking this whole thing seriously, and it will probably be very good without even knowing really that much or seeing that much gameplay of it so far. There's a beginning to the game, and then there's 2 more. Because once you pick your background, there's 3 different backgrounds you can pick. You can pick street kid, nomad, or rich corporate bastard. And every single one of those choices has a different start to the game.
Interesting.
If you play street kid, you're already in the city on the street and some sort of thing like that. If you play corporate bastard, you start high up and you find your way there. And if you start as nomad, you start outside of the city and you have to drive to the son of a bitch.
Is this the game that has the jetpack monkey?
No, that is
Cause that looked good too.
that was the one that you played for us that day with the chick with the green outfit. What game was that?
Beyond Good and Evil?
Yeah, Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Huh. I still have to play the first one.
Oh, don't worry about it. There was a trailer at like an E3 like a billion years ago, and we haven't heard anything since. So I wouldn't be too worried about that right now. Gonna go rich person first. I'm either gonna do. You saw laser garage wire. You're in. Well, laser garage wire. My bad. Yeah.
It says garage wire.
Yeah, I know, but he probably meant garage
Voice
wire.
to text.
That was dumb. Dumb. That was dumb. Very dumb. Very dumb. Very dumb that was.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
Also hammer. What?
Laser hammer.
Rekindle that?
I can't help but wonder how that actually works.
If I think one of the abilities you can get if you go for the hacker class is that you can literally just set people on fire through hacking.
Cool.
You can just have their systems overload and they just catch fire randomly.
You can Android 8 battery them.
Yeah. Pretty much. It's gonna go full melee. I mean, the game looks like it supports that.
Well, if the game's gonna let you customize your genitals, why wouldn't they let you go full melee?
Right. It may not be exactly like big robot fist, punch face, death, but those arm blades are close enough. Because those arm blades are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
The like praying mantis arms and shit. Fuck yeah.
What, just like,
Oh my God,
you
this
want to
area.
go like full unarmed melee style? That sounds awesome. You gotta use your balls to beat them.
Oh, I can quick throw them. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think you can because there's the dude who one of the big bosses that you fight who's just a big giant cyborg man and all he does is punch. But yeah, what was the it's a matter of how effective it'll be a comparison. Yeah, that's always what it comes down to. But yeah, what's the quote? I forget if it's Miyamoto or somebody. Alex will correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a delayed game may eventually be good, but a rushed game is bad forever.
Well, that's true.
Ah! Get away, piranha thing. I don't know about you, but I don't like to be eaten. You're a piranha, so what do you know? But, you know. But at least you're not the piranha thing from the Jak and Daxter games. I'll take it.
It got me up here.
Yeah, there it is. A delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. A lot of people thinking that they're delaying it for new consoles, but that doesn't make sense since we don't know the release nor the place. On top of that, they won't make any money because you need to only buy it once. Then, yeah, the new consoles are technically supposed to come out holiday of this year, so it does make sense for that reason. That and if I know CD Projekt like I think I know CD Projekt, I don't think they really care that much about how much they're gonna make for it. I mean, they still want to make a profit, I'm sure, but no, they want to make a profit, but they still want to, you know, treat their fans like they're, you know, people. Either that or they're so confident in their the sales on the original consoles that they're just like, fuck it, take it. Who cares? Oh, I'm out of stuff.
Yep.
Because I'm stupid. Lovely. Oh yay, it's back here.
Oh, wow. Okay, so I compared Sparta to Rimuru earlier. Didn't get a picture of him.
Okay. I think a lot of people complain about the length of a game, mostly yes, because we are probably used to rush games that just eventually end up being but at least we have it then and there. But I think it's also the fact that people are just impatient. I mean, granted, I'm kind of one of those people, where in most circumstances of my life, I'm an impatient asshole.
And you got it in one.
Flip the switch. When it comes to video games, I'm a very patient person. Well, the
Waiting
release
for them.
of them. Yes, waiting for them. I had to change my words there because I sounded like a liar. Even though I am one, but I don't know where
Best
I'm
to
going with
save
this. Leave it
whatever
alone.
image you have.
I don't know where I'm going with this statement. Leave me alone. Howie. Of course I am. I'm an Aquarius. What's that got anything to do with it? I was about to say, if Aquarius is known for being patient, then they have the wrong Aquarius. Oh, liar. I remember that. I get the joke.
But unfortunately, the joke does not get you. Much like your family.
Very accurate, unfortunately.
Time for sad.
Time for sad. Remember, son, never hang out with those weird white Stitch-looking things. Dr. Cartoons!
I'm trying to think more racist things to say in this guy's place, but I can't think of anything. And you guys know me. I could come up with racist shit on the spot, but
I should have said it, Sloth. I should have said that.
that's much better. That's great. Yeah, what's the famous meme? Anyone tells any other race that they're bad. No, we have redeeming qualities. Someone, or if not another white person, says, white people are bad. We know. Okay, so if you go up to the left, there's another area where you can get stuff.
Achivo. Points. getting to the point where I'm running out of these things, so. That was this whole endeavor.
Yep. Aren't you happy you did it?
But it's probably so that we could just warp back somewhere. Well, I guess since Sloth said that, I should share a story from a comedian that I discovered. Look her up. Her name's Katherine Ryan. I wasn't expecting much when I first discovered her. I was expecting like another Amy Schumer type, but she actually got me to laugh. Mostly just because she's just so fucked, and she knows it, and she embraces it, and she goes with it. But essentially the story goes, she is not British, but she married a British man, so her daughter is British, and they live in England, and she went to this charity thing for homelessness, and it was like full of posh people, and they had a bunch of other posh people speaking. And one of the guys stepped up. He was in like a three-piece suit, young, looked like he never worked a day in his life, and he was like, I have just recently stopped being homeless. And the way he described homeless was that he had to live on other friends' couches because his parents kicked him out and took him off his trust fund. So he was like, I was essentially homeless.
No, you were not. You had friends, and they had homes, and you crashed in their homes.
Yeah, that's what the comedian lady said. She's like, that's not. She's like, unless it's got like a piss-stained mattress in the back of a Motel 6, it's not homeless. That's visitation.
Yeah.
And then
that guy was just
and then
stupid.
she said she's glad that she's trained her daughter so well, because in the middle of this whole thing, her daughter, who was like 6 or so at the time, after he finished, like in the middle of the crowd full of a bunch of posh, rich, white British people, was like, white people. And the dude was black.
Even better.
She's like, I'm so glad that I've trained my 6-year-old to see the white, to look past skin color, see the whiteness inside someone, and hate it. But yeah, her name's Katherine Ryan. Check her out. She's really funny. A lot funnier than I was expecting.
I've been really into Christopher Titus recently, because that dude is so funny.
Christopher Titus has always been. Mostly because he has a somehow slightly more demented version of our humor.
Yeah. I completely and totally blame it on his parents. And so does he.
Oh yeah.
Man. The guy is way too funny for anybody's good.
I think even toward the end, even his parents started to blame themselves.
Okay, so like, I don't know how that works, because it's like, His mom was legit crazy, and
Like,
she
legit.
killed herself. And then his dad, I think his liver just failed because he never stopped drinking.
His dad was a bastard.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the funniest part is like, I think the funniest part about watching his act is like watching him go from talking shit on his dad to completely and totally sympathizing with his dad now that he has a kid.
Yeah. He's like, oh my god, I get it now.
Yep.
I get why my dad beat me senseless.
It was so funny.
It's just so clear now.
And this isn't like over like a single act. This is like over his career. You get to watch him go from like, my dad never taught me shit for dick, to my dad taught me absolutely everything I know, and here's how he did it, like a genius.
Like a drunk, drugged up asshole genius.
It was great. Love me some Christopher Titus. If I had to pick like a good starter comedian, I would go with Bo Burnham. Because if you're gonna go into comedy, you're gonna dive into the deep end, nose first, and hit your head on the side of the pool. That's how you start.
Yeah. Oh look, it's the bane of my existence.
And now you completely fuck him up.
Fuck you. Oh, I was supposed to go here. Cool.
Yep.
Still hunting the light, blinded by bullshit. Unfortunately, no, I've never got around to watching it. Too busy with other shit.
Oh no, I was on vacation for 2 weeks.
It's the owl from Avatar. Well, yeah, kind of.
Well, yes, but technically no.
Well, yes, but actually no.
That's the one I was after, yes.
It is in fact much, much, much worse. And much more terrifying. Then again, owls without their feathers are a rather terrifying species to look upon anyway.
You're still not ready for the fire area.
Is that where I'm going?
Yes.
Oh, shit. What's up here? Is this the fire area?
Yes.
This upper area is the fire area up here?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so how do I get here?
Where the tree is.
Okay.
You see that doorway that's sealed off there? You go that way, I think.
Down here? This
No.
area?
Where the tree is. There's like one way you haven't gone yet.
Oh. Okay, okay. I see it clearly now. There is no rain, but what are you gonna do?
The rain was never here to begin with, so fuck off.
Yeah, Wang Shitong. That's Sokka style. Learn it.
Sokka, I'm sorry to have to tell you this. That's just improvisation. It's not a style.
It's just called improv. Still good, but
Oh yeah, it can be
Call
very
it.
effective.
just call it what it is. What was the thing that I saw earlier? That even though Sokka was a bender, he was still awesome because he learned all of the non-bending styles for every nation.
Yeah, he is great. Cause like,
He already knew how to do, waterbending stuff because that's where he, lived.
he worked.
But he
he lived in
learned
the
how-
South Pole, and he learned their way of war.
He learned how to North Pole did stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then he learned what he learned from the Earthbenders. I think Aang taught him some airbending martial arts, which is what he uses to dodge Ty Lee's chi blocks in that one episode.
Oh yeah, because he starts like using his head to block.
Yeah. He just starts like do it. She just starts poking at him. He's just like looks like he's just barely dodging
He's
out of the way.
dodging. He learned swordsmanship from the Fire Nation. He learned guerrilla warfare from Jet in the Earth Kingdom. Yeah, he's legit master of all warfare. And people give him shit.
For not being a bender.
Now I see what Suki saw in him. Because he learned their martial art in a day.
Yeah, I think. Okay, yeah, I think it was their martial art he used from Ty Leaf's things. For her ability.
But hell, if he spent enough time around Aang, he'd learn how to dodge like him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
So all things considered, Sokka was... No one ever let on how great Sokka actually was. Except for like... except for
Oh yeah,
the
he also
swordsman.
invented submarines.
Yeah.
Yeah, the comics from the ones that I read were really good. Even though Korra was good for what it was, it's what Korra should have been, in my opinion.
Sokka? Should have been Sokka. I agree, but...
But no, Alex is talking about the comics
Oh.
in the chat.
I tried to watch Korra. I really couldn't get into it.
The weirdest part about Korra is that it both gets better and worse the further you go through.
Well, I mean, I already sort of felt pretty meh about it. Like, I watched a good bit of it. I watched several episodes, and I'm just like, oh, I couldn't get into it. It was hard. Can't think of the right word.
Yes. Yeah, season 3 is when shit really starts getting good and kicks off. And when the heck is this spider gonna respawn? Jesus.
I will tell you that's the most frustrating part of the game right there for me. Trying to get up in that area you're trying to get into. It's hard.
I think I can tell. Fuck! Cell.
Yeah.
The reason they didn't make the comics. The reason they didn't make the comics into a show is because they didn't think that they could really make a great ending like they did with the actual finale. Semantics.
I'm fine with that. Yeah, you see what I mean?
See what you're on about now.
And you're not going up the other way.
Season 4 dragged on too long. Yeah. Still wonder if Zuko ever learned to bend lightning. I would hope so. Watched it till the end of the second season and never came back to it because I wasn't completed yet and you didn't care enough. Understandable.
Like, I tried to get into it. I liked Tenzin. I liked a bit about Korra, but overall it just sort of came down to the point where I'm like, you know, I don't really care about anyone here. Once I came to that realization, I'm just like, well, if I don't care, what's the point of watching?
True. I mean, I liked learning about Avatar 1 and all that shit. The very first Avatar. Zahir, best villain? Yeah, I'll go with that. For the show, I'll go with that. Mostly because Unalaq was kind of a letdown.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's good.
Other life cell, holy shit.
Night, Jeff.
Hababada.
Okay. My little brother came to tell me that one of the stray cats that hangs out around our house is hanging around our house. Haven't seen her for a while, so it's good news.
Exactly, Sparta. Not only the fact that you haven't seen it is attributed to that, but exactly. Best scene was when Zuko was talking about how he sent Combustion Man after the Avatar. Yeah, because one of the members of the group they were chasing after had the same combustion firepower, and they're in the elevator to go down to the area. It's like, you know, I remember hiring somebody else with that ability to chase the Avatar. And then they all look at him, and he just sits there and pauses, and then he notices that they're looking at him and goes, "It didn't work."
That is great. Man, Zuko was great. Everything about Zuko was great.
Howdy, Zuko here. Hey, Zuko here.
He tried his best. That's all That's all you can ever say about him. It's like he tried his best.
Yep.
He tried his best to be a villain. He tried his best to be somebody who wasn't a villain, and then he tried his best to be a hero.
They always say that third time's the charm.
Yeah.
Fuck you guys.
Yep.
So pissed at him at the end of yeah. But
Yeah.
again, that just adds to the that's adds to the character.
He was a desperate guy. Oh, I know what you gotta do. You have to light that lantern up above you.
I know, but I'm out of things. God damn it.
Well, Iroh
I don't
did
kn- I
tell
don't
him
know.
at that point, like,
I don't-
he had
I don't know where the closest one is.
Iroh had to tell him that he had to start asking the real questions, like, is lasagna just spaghetti cake? I guess the question just broke him, you know, and he had to react violently.
I fucking love that game.
And it is very funny.
I think I just wasted it. Like an idiot. The fuck are you talking about? It's a Iroh meme where they use the scene where he says, "You need to start asking the real questions," where he asks him the question, but they just replace it with like dumb shit like that.
Instead of asking, "Who are you? What are you after?" It was, you need to ask yourself the real questions. Is lasagna just spaghetti cake?
Shit like that, and it's great.
It is great.
Or when people start using the scene where Zuko's like talking to Iroh, and they're talking about Azula, and he's like, "No, Azula's crazy. She needs to go down."
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You're gonna tell me that I need to try and find a way to bond with my sister and fix this whole mess. What? No, Azula's crazy. She needs to go down.
Actually, in the
That was
comics, he mentions that.
actual show
I remember.
that he says this. Man, Avatar was brilliant.
It was great.
I'm still having a hard time trying to think of racist things. I'm really tired.
In many ways, that's a good thing. That don't.
The one time he actually would have been able to beat Azula, and he teams up
And
with her.
perish. Yep. Don't take that out of context. Someone's gonna clip that.
Oh, I hope someone does. It'd be amazing. Oh man, I'm gonna watch this tomorrow. I'm gonna wait for this line to come back up.
Nope, don't do that. You asshole.
There you go.
S-
Full refill.
Somehow
and an extra.
Somehow, lightning is the most deadly skill that never kills.
It's the spirit bomb.
Yeah. It's something you use as a threat, like, hey, motherfucker, I can bend lightning. But you never actually use it, or never use it to actually kill anybody.
Oh, that fucked
Well, I
me
mean-
every inch of the way up.
I mean, technically, I think Azula killed Aang in that one at the end of that season with her lightning blast, but Katara hit him.
Qatar had that bullshit Healy water.
Ah, see? I was correct.
How fucked up would it be if Qatar had already used that Healy water for Zuko's face? And then he betrayed
Water
her.
bitch. That would have been even worse, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Not only would that have been a dagger to the heart, that would have been 2 daggers to the heart.
Yep.
Maybe the water... That or they redirected or used North Pole water. Okay, so we all just essentially said the same thing. I don't know what in the hell. Fuck you. Damn you, sticky A button.
What'd you use to sticky it with?
Huh?
What'd you use to sticky it with?
No, not that. It's just gotten to the point where if I just have my thumb anywhere near it, it's like, oh, you want to press it twice? Okay.
Ah.
I'm like, no, I don't. Not in this instance. Did the waterbender bitch from Korra die from lightning? I think so. It was either that or Avatar State Korra used her own water to drown her. Can't remember if that's what happened or not.
Thinking back on it, there was a startlingly low number of legitimate deaths in Avatar.
Oh yeah. I think that's
Even though it's like a
think that's why
war going on, you don't really... deaths don't really occur around anybody.
I think that's why they felt like they had to double down later on in Korra. Probably. I don't know. I'm stupid. I am not a show director or creator or anything. I am just an avid watcher. making you want to join our conversation.
Why would you want that?
Because Nickelodeon was really picky on talking about death.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds right. Fuck! Oh my god.
What the hell?
Oh. Oh, I'm an idiot.
Oh, wow. All the way back. All the way, huh? Jeez.
Son of a bitch.
Oh wow, good ways back.
Yeah, it was all the way back here. This is why I can't be trusted with games that have manual save.
One time a buddy traded a game with me, and I picked it up and started playing it, and I got about 30 minutes in, and then I think I died or something because I made like a really stupid mistake. And then it took me to the title screen. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And it was manual save. There was no autosave function. It was for the 360. So I'm just completely like caught off guard by that. I'm like, are you kidding me? I turned the game off at that point, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that again.
It's like, what is this, a SNES game? Wow, that took every single bit of my health.
Okay, it's actually causing me to tear up by keeping my eyes open, so I am going to go to bed. I wish you luck in the game. I wish you guys a good night. And I will send him the parting middle finger before I go to bed.
Good thing I saved there. Yeah, see you later, Dingus.
Later, everybody.
The Play episode aired, you hated it because you just wanted to continue with the cool stuff. Now it's one of your favorites. I think it's one of the creators' favorites too. Considering how much shit that episode talked about the creators and the characters as a whole. Oh my fucking god. You are so stupid. Why do my hands not want to cooperate? Ow. Fuck you. You know, the reason why they skipped the Great Divide in the Play is because people hated that episode specifically, and it was their way of calling it out. Sounds about right. Honestly believe the Great Divide is probably the worst episode in the show. Which episode was that again? You'll have to remind me. It's been a while. one where they went through the Grand Canyon basically to get two groups of people across. Oh. Yeah, that makes sense. That's not the one with, that's not the secret tunnel one, is it? No. Okay, good. That dishonor belongs to the one where Aang couldn't sleep and kept dreaming he was fighting the Phylor without pants. The episode was great. No, Fire Lord Ozai, you're the one not wearing pants. Ah, you're right. It mostly because when you think back on it, it's like one of the, even before the play episode, that was the have fun do nothing episode, where they just told the actors like just say whatever, just do whatever, and we'll just record it and we'll make the characters do it and animate it. Yeah, D. Bradley Baker pulling a D. Bradley Baker and voicing every other character. I mean, the whole point of the episode was to show how crazy Aang was getting because of the sleep deprivation, so of course it doesn't make any sense. It was the whole point of the episode. It was essentially Avatar's way of having a get high and do weird shit episode while still being a kid show. When Aang starts talking to them. Yeah. Sokka, you're one of the first humans to ever go to the spirit world. How do you feel? Like I really gotta use the bathroom. Get on the thing. Drink cactus juice. It'll quench you. It's the quenchiest. Yeah, I don't remember specifically, but I remember Katara saying something about like, do they even have bathrooms in the spirit world? And Sokka's like, coincidentally, no, they do not. As a matter of fact, they do not. Yeah, that was it. Kershaw. You jumpy bitch. Thank you for dying like an asshole. Do they? And the best line, my cabbages. Speaking of, a meme that I will share later on, after the stream, there actually was a vegetable truck full of cabbages that toppled over and spilled out all of his cabbages on the highway somewhat recently. So, you know, of course, that's what everyone said in the comments. Was my cabbages! And then he somehow made it into a corporation. Which is really funny when you think about it, because being at work and working things that I do, we sometimes use cardboard boxes, and that is how I found out that we really do have a company that's literally just called Cabbage Incorporated. I about lost my shit when I discovered that, and it was great. Aha. Ability. Yeah, could y'all, like, not do that, please? I very much appreciate it. When Iroh starts working out, I personally prefer when the in-between of that, when Iroh is working out and bulking up for prison, meanwhile at the same time still trying to look like a senile old man, where he'd be, you know, pushing up and like pulling up and essentially like lifting a shit ton of weight, and the guards would come by and he's just and they're just like, crazy old man, just get him his food. Then they walk away and he's just right back to drooling on the floor. Yeah, pretty much. You're just like, duh. Look at the pretty lights. There's that crazy old man. Meanwhile, he's like, when I get out of here, they're the first on my list. And then Iroh being Iroh. And then Iroh being Iroh, whenever he says the first on his list, he means the first on his list to give some of the tea that he saved from his shop. I figured you guys could use this, so I gave you some. That one girl to get out of there. I am a big stupid. But by this point, we all know that. So that when he became interim Fire Lord, he made a national tea day. Yeah, that's great. Rapid Flame. That is most important right now. I should probably save so that I don't have to buy those again. Now that we've done that, we can move on with our miserable lives. Is best not dad. Everybody makes the joke about it, but even to this day, if I am just like scrolling through, you know, like iFunny or something like that, and someone just even like starts mentioning Leaves from the Vine and they play the first clip, I still tear up. Like, I don't even have to be watching the show in context anymore. It's just as soon as I hear Iroh singing Leaves from the Vine, my eyes just go. Yeah, that was a rough one to go through. Oh. This part makes so much more sense in context now. Like I said, I don't even have to be watching the show. I'm just like scrolling through like iFunny or something, and someone just talking about Avatar, and I'm just like preparing myself. I'm like, they're gonna post it, aren't they? They're gonna post it at some point. They're gonna post it. Yep, there it is. Yeah, that's probably what made it the hardest later on. Was that that's when the voice actor also died. Like, I was just crying just for the sake of it, you know. Being Iroh singing about his dead son, but then you realize later it's like, oh, that's even worse. I keep forgetting I have a dash, like a dumbass. Makes sense. Oh no. Okay, Joseph Joestar. I haven't watched the show, so I don't get that reference. So it is completely and totally lost on me. I'm gonna save it for progression this time. To make this a little bit more sad, apparently the reason Mako actually cried during that song was because in real life he knew that he was dying. Yeah, that definitely does make it sadder. It's also even sadder when you realize that he realized it probably months before the episode even aired. And of course, by the time the episode actually aired, he was already dead. Give me that full recharge, please. Ability cell. Fuck you. I probably should have used both the owl and the frog as a jumping board to get up there. But I didn't because I'm stupid. I mean, yeah, JoJo memes are great, but that's about all I know from the show. The funny part about it is that the parts of the JoJo show that I have seen, which is in like compilation videos and such, it pretty much just is just a meme show. The memes might as well be the whole show. Fuck you, bitch. Damn you, bitch. There's a lever somewhere that I need to find. But I'll find it later. Really is. It's literally the only reason to watch Stardust Crusader. Before that, it actually has a decent story and good memes. Thank you, controller. Finally got around to watching Cowboy Bebop. It's also a good show. You're not finished yet? Okay. It's a good thing you said that, because I was about to also say something that could have potentially been a spoiler, so I'm glad you said that so I can shut up. Ow. Oh, okay. Never mind then. True. Granted, true. Being on the internet and being an anime fan, you probably know the. Many people probably know the emotional moments in a lot of anime because of the internet. God, you just feel like such a badass doing that. The season on... That season on its "oh look at this stand's power" is tricky because fill in the blank reason. That and the fact that even though it might add to the story or whatever, I don't know, but I just find it weird that the creator of JoJo likes other things so much that he just literally makes stands the names of like whatever he's really into at the time. So like you have stands that just have randomly have the names of well-known rock songs from the 80s, and it's just like, what? But yeah, that's apparently one way that you can tell what the creator of JoJo is into at the time. Just look at what he names his stands. Like I think there's literally a stand in JoJo called Fleetwood Mac that's just named that way for no reason, just because. I could be wrong though. You don't find it catchy at all? Yeah, to each their own. It's very jazzy, and you have to be a certain type of person and or in a certain type of mood in order to enjoy jazz. Ooh, a charge dash. Allows Ori to charge dash to attack enemies. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably why. I'm not really picky with my music. There's just certain types of music that I just won't listen to. Like I'm pretty good at I enjoy a lot of different types of music. But I've also gotten to the point in my life where as soon as anyone even thinks about turning the dial to a country station, I am probably going to kick them out of my car. Then again, it's probably also just because I live in the South and it's the music that I'm used to hearing all the time. So it's probably just gotten to the point where I just don't want to hear it anymore. Which it is. You idiot. You mainly like 60s, 80s rock and early 2000s rock. Yeah, as I said, I'm pretty much an all-rounder, except when it comes to country music and Christian music. Mostly just because, and this is the argument that I constantly hear people give to like rock and metal and what I like to listen to. But at this point for me, most country and for that matter Christian music just sounds the same now. I mean, I get that, you know, Christian music is supposed to, you know, sound a certain way because of what it is, but it's just like, can you like, for Christ, like, okay, I'll say it. For Christ's sake, can you please come up with a different beat? I mean, most Christian music sounds like... Most Christian music is worship music, so... it's tolerable, but that's it. The only band that ever surprised me whenever I found that, well, two. There are two bands that I heard that surprised me when I heard that they were technically Christian bands, and that was Skillet and a band called Red. Skillet because of Skillet. Skillet being what Skillet is. It's weird that it's like, oh, apparently they're also Christian. Who'da thunk? But then again, you also have Red, which just sounds like a kind of generic heavy rock band. But, and sometimes they have music where they kind of scream to the microphone like, you know, screamo type thing. But the very first time I ever saw that band, it was at Winter Jam, which is Christian concert as fuck. And it was hilarious, and it was the most fun I've ever had, and it makes so much sense as to why my stepmother hated it. Yeah. I heard about that, Alex. He's just like, you know what, guys? I don't think I'm a Christian anymore. And they were just like, ah! Feel of the air. The path to the west leads to the Misty Woods Trail. Oh, fuck. Girl looms up ahead and won't allow us to pass. Let's not travel further, lest we unleash her wrath. Well, now what do you want me to do? Go up like a dummy? What's she gonna do? Kill me? Probably. So I'm just gonna get that save point and go on my merry way. Boop. Boop. Yeah, Skillet's apparently Christian, Sparta. That didn't work. Makes sense. Damn it. I suck so much. Damn it. Stop being stupid. I know I got a dash, but I don't see where I don't see where I can use it here without taking damage. I knew you would like this, Alex. That's why I asked earlier. I'm like, are you here to watch me die? You like watching things die, Sloth? Well, as I said earlier, get ready to see it happen a lot. Let the title of the first episode be an indication. I'm terrible at platformers. But I wanted to give this a try because I heard about how good it was. As long as Kuro is out there, the path to the Misty Woods will be blocked. But look at there. We might be able to distract if we loosen that rock. That, and because we're on the internet, it makes sense for the as I was saying, because we're on the internet, it makes sense that the game that will cause me the most grief is the game that's really popular on the channel. Have you seen Skyrim Scribbles? I think so. Is that the one where it's like 2D drawn? Damn it. Fuck. J'zargo is not your test kitty. No, J'zargo's an asshole. That's why everybody likes him, apparently. I mean, granted, he's probably a useful companion. Like a well-rounded mage companion. But if the character's an asshole, I don't want to be around him. Once I get past there this time, that's probably where I'm gonna end it. Because A, I have to work tomorrow, and B, I unfortunately have to take Tammy to the doctor's office tomorrow, even though I work, and C, I need a break. Okay. See you later, Sloth. Thanks for coming back after my disappearance. I said once I got back here I was leaving. So I'll leave it there for next time, because I can't figure out what to do. Probably just because I'm stupid. But yeah. That's probably what we're going to call it. I'm all worried out for today. My brain needs a break. Alright, so thank you all for coming out to I guess since we had all of the resets and restarts, the end of episode 4 of Ori and the Blind Forest, because they're all going to be separated now. So I'll have like 4 episodes to load up onto YouTube over the weekend. I don't know if I'll be able to. Sorry, I don't know if I'll be able to stream on Saturday, because it's the 4th. 2, pretty much apparently almost all of my friends are gonna be hanging out. But I got family plans on the 4th, so that's what I'll be doing. I don't know if I'll be home in time to stream, and if I am, you binge. I mean, thankfully, as far as I know, it's not the side of my family that I don't want to associate with. It's the good side of my family. Just like the last time, they were made without my permission. But like I said, it's the side of the family that I like to associate with, so it's all fine. But yeah, thank you guys for coming out. Fuck, sorry. Thank you for watching me die constantly on stream, and I appreciate it. So yes, thank you everyone, and I leave you with Dingus's parting middle finger. Good night, you wasted slutty cheerleaders. Not his best, but we take what we can get. Alright. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye. See you next time.